Hey there guys, it's snap-Pebbles here, and we're back with another kit review. This time it's of the Avro Lancaster B Mark 1/3, which is 1/48 scale. So I'll just kind of show you the box here and everything, which shows the Canadian version, or not the Canadian version, but you can build a similar Canadian version. So now to get onto the actual kit parts. So a lot of okay, so first of all, we'll start off with the wings here, which are massive, just absolutely massive. Okay, so I'll try my best to get them in a view that you can see. Like, hold on, let me adjust. There's my arm for comparison. Like, just to show you how massive the wings are. So yeah, and then you can see all sorts of surface detail, and it's pretty cool. Next you got the custom pre-painted glass, which I'm going to use because I hate doing all the glass myself, and it just makes life so much easier. Next we have the giant fuselage. So, which I'll try to show you the inner, like if you can see the detail, hopefully. Yep, it's showing up. So yeah, you can see the detail, and it's also about the size of my arm too. So like, I'll put the wings and the fuselage next to each other so you can kind of get a comparison about how long it is. So that's fuselage. Here's all the glass pieces, which I'm going to keep in a bag, because if I'm not using them, I'm not going to keep them out, because I don't want to lose them. So you can just kind of see it's glass pieces. Next you have the 8 engine nacelles and the wheels and some tires and some other fun stuff, which, sorry that I'm keeping them in the bag, it's just I want to not lose any of this stuff before I start building. So yeah, you kind of get the gist. So next you have some interior details, some pilots, some other stuff, which yeah, it's pretty good. And then here's the pilots, which again, they're not bad. I've never been good at painting crew figures, so I'm probably not the best one. Here's the back landing, or not back landing gear, back flaps and other stuff, more engine nacelles, more wheels, more stuff, more pieces. Always lots. Oh, and the engines, you can build the engines inside them, which is cool. Here's the bomb bay doors, along with the interior fuselage, like bottom part, the bombs and stuff. You get the gist. With more glass pieces that you can paint up. Here's the decals as well, which again, don't really need to zoom because you can kind of see the decals there. So those are those decals, and then the instructions. I'll leave a link to ScaleMates so you can kind of get the idea for how big, or how it goes together, because I don't want to spend the next 20 minutes showing you the instructions. But I hope that was a good kit review, and hopefully as I build along here, you'll be able to see, because I should be able to do it so you can see. So I'll see you later on. Here's the first step I completed here. Sorry, covering camera. So I built the seat. Continuing, I built the beginning of the fuselage. So here's what it looks like in the pictures, and I'll show you the real thing. So here you got the seats, the supports, the driver's seat, and eventually I'll paint this here and we'll add the decals and everything. But for now, I just wanted to show you the first step. Alright, so here's the next step I was on. So you build the radio position, you add it to the thing, you have the windows and everything, you have the seat there, which I did, and yeah, that's the step. Here's actually what it looks like when it's all said and done. I'm going to paint this a cockpit green, same with the thing here, and I'll come back when that's done. Okay, so now I've got step 3 finished, which, if you can tell, I've done some heavy weathering on the Lancaster using I use hold on, where is it? I use this on a paintbrush, which I heavily patted down onto a paper towel, and then I use the paper towel, and yeah, and it's supposed to give it a weathered tarnished look, which is I kind of like. I mean, not everyone probably likes their stuff this weathered, which is fine. I used to not. But I realized that it would look pretty cool that way. And then, oh, I also got to show the decals off. I don't know how well this will show up. Okay, we'll do the light there. Yeah, so there's the decals on the radio box. Here's the one by that seat there. I'm not entirely sure what its purpose is. And then here's the main platform. After this, I'm going to do the crew figures and paint them up because next we have to assemble the hull, or not the hull, the fuselage together. And here's the cockpit detail. The problem was that the decal kind of broke, so I kind of have to just go with it. So that's kind of where I'm at after step 3, which is this, and I'm going to be building the crews next. So, alrighty, I'll see you then. So now we're on to step, I believe, 5 now. We just finished 4, which was gluing the hull, or the fuselage together, which I did. Also, I finished the crewmates. So here they are. Not the best, but then again, I'm never good at painting crew figures. And here's another guy. I don't know how well he shows up there, but I did paint him, and there's the seat. Which I might put another figure. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm going to put him in there with the other pilot. Here's it gluing together, and yeah, that's that step, and we'll move on to step 5 next. So I just finished step 5 here, which was to make the front gun and the back gun, which I did. That's an older version, but this is the 2 guns there. So that's what the step looks like, and this will be the next step, just so you kind of get the idea what I'll be doing next. But this is the next step, and I'll show you what that turns out to be. Here's the front turret. I painted the barrels aluminum, although I might repaint them because I don't know if they turned out quite the way I wanted them to. But yeah, and then that's the pre-painted glass. Then here's the back turret, which I gotta fix the barrels, but you get the gist. Yeah, that's the back turret. Yeah, here we go. I fixed the barrels now, but yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like, and it can pivot and rotate. Hold on, let me grab the fuselage so you can kind of see what I mean. So here's the front, and if I put my turret in like this, it can pivot. So yeah, and then we'll do the same for the back. Just kind of show you how it works. So it's in place. Yeah, then it can swivel and stuff. So yeah, that's that step for you. Okay, so I just finished step 6 here, which is where you attach the nose window and then the other nose window. That little thing, you paint the behind the window there. You add all these windows, and you add the little thing that goes around the rear gun turret. You add the middle gun turret. You add the rear gun turret, and you add this little hook thingamabob, which I'll show you on the real thing, which is that there. I have the back gun turret. I added the thing, and then I painted that and the black little circle there. I added the nose window and the bottom window, which you should be able to see there. So yeah, that's that step completed. I'll see you in the next one. Because I'm an idiot who doesn't know how to not record the wrong videos, here's redoing of step 7, which is you put that stuff on, you build the cockpit windows. There's 2 different versions. I built this version with the thingamabobber. Here's what it looks like. If it has a bluish tint, just because I put Vallejo's liquid mask on it. That's kind of what it looks like, and there's the antenna thing. So yeah, that's that. Also, if you can tell, I filled the seams of all the hull, or not the hull, the fuselage. I did that on both sides. So yeah, that's step 7. So I just finished step 8 here, which is assembling the engine nacelles, which is the left one there, which is, you see how that's built. The inner ones, which are built pretty much the same. They're all built basically the same. So But, yeah, I just kind of touched them up a bit here. I know it says do silver on the inside here, but I can always paint that over later. But, this is what they actually turn out to be. I found they were quite tricky to get together, because they didn't want to go together quite properly, but you can kind of see how they look there. They're not super... Here's the big, inner, nacelles, which the inside's painted black. Also, because the next step required me to, I also painted the part where it attaches black. So that's that step. I will see you in the next. Okay, so I just finished up step 9, which is this step here. Excuse my pajama pants in the background, but yeah, you attach the nacelles to the wings and add a few extra parts there. So here's what that looks like. I had to spray a bit, or I had to paint a bit of extra paint, but yeah, that's the wing nacelles. Those are the little dots. I'm actually not sure what they are, but and then here's it on the other wing. So that's that step, and I'll see you in the next one. So I just finished step 10 here, which went together very well, and it was honestly very well designed. But I mean, you always get that with Tamiya kits. I mean, that's just kind of the name you get with Tamiya. So here's what they look like done. You have the silver with the black and everything. So I used just flat black, and then I put some what's the brand? Testers aluminum on it, and yeah, I think it looks pretty decent. So that's step 10, and I'll see you in the next. Okay, so we're on step 11 here, which is attaching the landing gear to the upper wing, which I just did, but I'll show you what it looks like in the instructions. And here's just kind of how it turns out to be. Not anything too complex, and I'll see you in the next step. Just finished step 12 here, which is the assembling of the wings, which, yeah, that's the instructions there, and that's kind of how I did. I had to fill some gaps with some putty, but for the most part, went together pretty well, and ready. I'll see you in the next step. Just finished step 13 here, which is attaching the wheels and putting the bay doors for the wheel wells there. So that was, and basically that's what it looks like in the end there. So that's that step. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so I just finished up step 14, which is just to add all that. And yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So I'll see you in the next step. Alrighty, so here's step 15, which is attaching the back tail fins, which I did. Here's the steps there, and then here's what they look like. As you can tell, you get a sneak peek into what the next step is, but I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so we're on, or just finished step 16, which was attaching everything, which I so far have done, obviously, or else I wouldn't be recording this. So I'll just show you what it's like right now. So yeah, I attached the wings, and those are all attached. The back tail fins. Yeah, she's really starting to come along. You can tell she's definitely a good old Lancaster, but I'll see you in the next step. Okay, so just finished step 16, which was putting in the bomb bay doors. I could have done it open with all the bombs in, but I just decided to close them because I like the look of that better, and also it's easier than pinning all the bombs. And I'll just show you kind of what that looks like, which looks like that, and then and they sit flush with the hull, and yeah, those are the bomb bay doors done. And let's move on to the next step. So just finished step 19 here, which is attaching the middle gun there. I don't know the proper term to call it, but here's what it looks like. It's a nice little gun. So yeah, that's all for that step. I'll see you in the next one. We just had a pretty eventful step here, which is where we built the front engine covers, the nacelle covers, or engine covers, I mean. And I built one of the engines, which turns out like this, which I think it actually turned out pretty good. It's a pretty good looking engine. Here's the covers and stuff, and I also did the propellers because 22 was literally just cutting the propellers off the spurs. So those are all the steps. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, we're on the, actually I just finished the final step there, which was attaching all the engine covers and the engines if you built them, which I did. I've also did some filling and everything, and yeah, that's the finished build. Now we're going to get on to the painting, and I'll see you when I've got her all painted. Alright, so here is the Lancaster, as I painted it with a sky gray as a base coat, and now I got the black in. So that's what the black looks like. Got tail fins painted, got the engines painted. Basically everything that's not getting painted. Body color has, or not black, has been done. So yeah, that's what it looks like so far, and once I get the green on, I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll do another video after that showing the brown, and then we'll clear coat it and I'll show you the weathering. Right, see you then. So we've now have the painting done, which I'll just show you how it came out, which I think it came out pretty damn good. Like, especially, and then with the engine in, I will admit, this is a very beautiful looking plane. It's not even, I don't even have all the turrets in or the glass all done. But right as of this moment, it looks pretty good, and I'll get back to you when we're at everything's been coated with a clear coat, and then we'll start getting on to the weathering and chipping. Alright, I'll see you then. Alright guys, we're here to finally show off the last of the Lancaster. This is after all the decals, all the weathering that I want to do has been put on. So first of all, we'll start off on the one wing here, where I put both wings add a black Tamiya panel wash, so done to them. Those are custom decals I ordered from Belcher Bits, which got me Canadian decals there, so you can see the decals there. So then you have the engines and everything. You have the nice nose art. You have the VRX. Back then you have the, yeah, definitely a good looking kit here. And it was quite easy to go together, and I truly recommend it. If you're willing to spend like $160 on a kit, this is definitely a good kit to spend the money on, because it's worth it. So here's the engine with a bit of bronze weathering on it, or rust weathering on the exhausts. And as you can see on the wings, I put Tamiya's weathering like smoot or whatever it's called, gun residue, stuff like that onto the wings where the engines would, where the exhaust from the engines would get on. So as you can see, there's the other decal. Here's the nose art again. And then there's the other decals. I mean, all in all, it was an absolutely phenomenal kit to put together. I always recommend Tamiya. They tend to be a very good brand. And yeah, no, I'll see you in the next video where who knows what I'll build. It's always a new adventure with me. I'm thinking maybe of the Tamiya 1/350 scale USS Missouri, which I've done a review for on the channel, so I won't do that part, but I'll do a building of, because I'm thinking of buying that. But we'll see. You can feel free to leave your comments down below of what kits you'd like to see me build, or any tips that you have for the future for models, or really just leave comments for anything here. So I'll see you in the next video.